Welcome to this explainer, where we're breaking down the absolutely incredible specifications of the newly revealed iQOO Neo 11 Ultra. Now, this isn't just your standard spec sheet rundown. What we are looking at today is a complete snapshot of 2026's bleeding-edge mobile technology, a device literally designed to push the absolute boundaries of what can physically fit in your pocket. Okay, so let's just dive right into this. What kind of pocket-sized device actually needs a battery that massive? Seriously, think about your current smartphone for a second, and then practically double its power capacity. That is the unprecedented scale we are dealing with today. We're going to figure that out by exploring 5 key areas. We'll start by meeting the Neo 11 Ultra. Then we'll check out the design and display, dive into its gaming performance, look at the camera system, and wrap up with that massive battery and extras. Section 1. Meet the Neo 11 Ultra, a 2026 powerhouse. Let's get acquainted with a device that is aggressively blurring the line between a traditional smartphone and a high-end, dedicated gaming console. Right out of the gate, this 225-gram beast is bringing some seriously future-proofed connectivity. You've got dual SIM capabilities alongside lightning-fast Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6.0, which means perfectly synchronized, lag-free wireless audio and data. It's running on the latest Android 16 with the Origin OS 6 interface. And as for security, your personal data is locked down by a cutting-edge, under-display 3D ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, giving you incredibly fast and reliable access, no matter the conditions. Moving to Section 2, Design and Brilliant Display, the outer shell. Because, hey, a phone with this much under the hood needs a chassis that can properly contain it. The build on this thing is wild. The body is sandwiched between protective glass on the front and back, held together by a rigid aluminum metal frame. That back panel also features a really striking 3D flowing light dynamic texture. But it's not just a cosmetic masterpiece. It boasts massive IP68 and IP69 dust and water resistance ratings, so it can actually withstand deep submersion and high-pressure water jets. It is built like an absolute tank. And when you turn it on, you are hit with a dazzling 2000 nits of full-screen peak brightness on a beautiful 6.83-inch flat AMOLED panel. So what you should take away from this is that visibility will literally never be an issue. Whether you're gaming in a pitch-black room or trying to read a map outside under the blazing midday sun, this screen has you covered. But brightness is only half the story, right? That gorgeous 2K QHD anti-reflective screen also runs at an incredibly fluid 144 Hz refresh rate. Every single swipe, every transition, and most importantly, every single frame of your favorite game is going to render with blistering speed and buttery smoothness. All right, Section 3. Unmatched gaming performance, the engine room. Let's unpack the sheer processing power inside this thing, which perfectly explains why that massive battery is going to be so necessary. At its core beats the MediaTek Dimensity 9550M. Now, this isn't your standard everyday processor. It's a custom 3nm chip built with a really unique all-big core architecture. That means it completely prioritizes heavy lifting performance over standard efficiency cores. With a peak core clocked at a staggering 4.21 GHz, it delivers explosive, uninterrupted speed for the absolute most demanding computational tasks. And the graphics setup here is a real game changer. You aren't just relying on one standard chip. The primary Mali G1 Ultra MP12 handles your general interface rendering and everyday tasks. But the second you boot up a heavy 3D game, the dedicated iQOO Q2 gaming engine chip entirely takes over. It purely pushes gaming limits, upscales resolutions, and frame rates. It's effectively like having a dedicated graphics card right in your pocket. All that raw speed is backed up by a seriously robust memory framework. You can configure this device with up to 16 GB of high-speed LPDDR5X RAM and half a terabyte of UFS 4.0 storage. Plus, it's all intelligently managed behind the scenes by the Monster Hypercore tuning engine to eliminate any performance bottlenecks. Just keep in mind there's no external storage slot, so you'll definitely want to choose your capacity wisely based on how big your media library is. Section 4. The camera system. The lenses. Because, look, even a gaming beast needs great optics. You really shouldn't have to sacrifice your photography just because you prioritize heavy performance. Housed in this elegant horizontal pill-shaped layout on the rear, you're getting a 50-megapixel main sensor with an f1.8 aperture, and crucially, it's equipped with optical image stabilization. This physical stabilization is exactly what keeps your handheld photos sharp and your 4K 60 frames per second video recordings silky smooth. The whole setup is rounded out perfectly with an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens and a smart dual LED flash. Up front, you've got a 16-megapixel wide lens dedicated to your selfies and video calls. What's incredibly clever here is that it leverages a specialized screen flash tool designed specifically to capture pristine, well-lit shots, even if you are in terrible low-light environments. Finally, Section 5, Massive Battery and Extras, the Marathon Runner. We have reached the climax of our explainer, because honestly, all of that processing power and screen brightness means absolutely nothing if your phone dies by noon. The true marathon runner inside the Neo 11 Ultra is its battery chemistry. It's built as a highly advanced, non-removable silicon-carbon powerhouse. This unique silicon-carbon makeup allows for vastly more energy to be stored in a much smaller physical space compared to your traditional lithium-ion batteries. This cutting-edge density is the exact secret to packing so much raw energy into a modern 8.6mm thin smartphone profile. That dense chemistry unlocks a jaw-dropping 9,100 milliamp hour capacity. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. This offers unprecedented, true multi-day endurance for even the heaviest power users out there. You can game, navigate via GPS, and stream 4K video without constantly scanning the room in a panic looking for a wall outlet. And even with a battery that colossal, the 100-watt wired flash charging means you won't be tethered to an outlet for long anyway. You just plug it in, receive a massive surge of power in just minutes, and you're right back to your life. Plus, it's a totally complete, ready-to-go package straight out of the box. You aren't just getting the phone. You're getting the 100-watt flash charger adapter, the Type-C cable, a protective TPU case, a pre-applied screen film, and your SIM pen. You are fully equipped and protected from the very first second you tear open the package. Which really leaves us with this final provocative thought based on the specs we've just seen together. When a smartphone packs a 9100 milliamp hour battery, 144 Hz 2K display, and a dedicated secondary gaming engine chip, do we even need standalone portable gaming consoles anymore? The hardware gap hasn't just closed, it seems to have entirely vanished.